Yeah, hi guys, Peter back for yet another video. This is for Brody again, another album versus album deal. But this is a very interesting one because it's taking a very highly regarded album from one band and putting it up against, well, not a bad album, but not their highly regarded album. So should be interesting, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. Now, the one of the highly regarded album. Now, I will start by saying people like this album more than I do. So I like the band, but I prefer other albums to this one. So it's the Rolling Stones' "Let It Bleed" from 1969. Okay. And 2014 AC/DC, "Rock or Bust." Close to my favourite band of all time. Them or the Doors, and Kiss as well, but the early period of Kiss. But I like all Kiss, but their Kiss are up there for me. But as you guys know, Led Zeppelin, of course. But there we go. So this, people might see this as a mismatch and go for the Stones one because it's considered a classic album. But we'll go through the songs. I'll talk about the Stones one. This is a very dark sort of album. It's like an album of the times, the late 60s, the turbulence going on over there in overseas and so on. But starts with "Gimme Shelter," considered a classic by most people. I like the song. It's not my favorite Rolling Stone song, like a lot of people, but I do like it. It's got that eerie intro. It's a good rock tune. I said, and and the female vocals are really good in it. The lady who sings, I can't recall her name, but she's a very good vocalist. So that starts things off. And then we got the slow blues. What was it? "Love in Vain," which he does a pretty good job on the vocal, Mick Jagger. I quite like that, yeah, it's quite a decent track, that one. Then we get into "Country Hawk," which is a reworking of "Honky Tonk Woman." It doesn't quite work for me. I think they probably had "Honky Tonk Woman" coming out of the single at the time. And they probably should have put that on the album, I think. It would have worked much better. The "Country Honk" doesn't quite work for me. Something about it. Next one is starts with that bass line, "Live With Me," a good rocking tune, got good saxophone in it. And a good song for me. Now, the next song I really love, where is it? "Let It Bleed." Very controversial lyrics, very acoustic driven. Yeah, but a song I can get into. Just one of those songs I really like. And that'd be one of my favorites off here, the title track, I would say. "Midnight Ramblers" next. A bit laborious for me. It just sort of, yeah, it's a good tune without being that awesome for me. Now, what I find on this album, the last three tracks are really good. I like, you got the Silver with Keith on vocals, very good melancholy sort of feel to it. Really good song. He does a good job on it. I like that you got the Silver with Keith on vocals. "Monkey Man" is a good rocker. Probably one of the better songs on here for me. Quite like that one. And probably my favorite has to be "You Can't Always Get What You Want," which is quite a famous song. And for me, that beats "Gimme Shelter" as a song for me. But that'd be my favorite. "You Can't Always Get You Want." A great Rolling Stones song, that one is. So as you can see, got a bit of a mixed bag for me, although it's considered a classic. For Stones, I prefer "Sticky Fingers," "Exile on Main Street," these sort of albums. "Goat's Head Soup" even, "Tattoo You." You know, these sort of albums I love. But yeah, this has never been, it's sort of been a half and half album for me all the way. I like it, don't love it. And I probably could say the same for this album. Starts off with "Rock or Bust," a decent rocker. I prefer "Play Ball" and "Rock the Blues Away" to those two, the next two tunes. Misadventure, okay. Uh, Dogs of War, I like that one. One of the best, probably my second favorite on the album. It's got a really good feel to it. Got some Rock and Roll Thunder. Not too bad. I like Hard Times though, the next one. It's a good song. Really good AC/DC track. Baptism by Fire, easily my favorite song on the album. And Rock the House, good tune as well. Sweet Candy, one of the better ones as well. And Mission Control has grown on me quite a bit. But as you can see, guys, both are a bit of a mixed bag for me. Very tight call, this one. Most people have picked Let It Bleed, but I'm not a big Let It Bleed person. I never have been. I always like 3 or 4 songs, and the rest a bit up and down for me. But Rock or Bust is pretty much the same. But I'm gonna go slightly to the Stones for this one, probably because you can't always get what you want, and Let It Bleed over the Baptism by Fire and Dogs of War. Most people have picked this album. Maybe even if they're an AC/DC fan, they might as well. So I'll go to Let It Bleed, and just these aren't 2 of my favorite albums of these bands, but I do like some songs off this and some songs off that. So I'm going to go for Let It Bleed, Brody. So what do you think out there, guys? Contact, comment down below and subscribe and all those things, and I'll see you guys very soon for the next one. Bye for now.